PNC Park. It's the Buccos and Red Sox, Saturday, August 15th at 7:15. Get your tickets at Pirates.com.
Your local station, WMBS.
Good morning, and welcome to another Saturday edition of the Sportsline. Brought to you this morning by Tom Vernon and Casey's Sports Cafe, located right here on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville, and by Bogies at Duck Hollow, now under new management, serving lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday from 12 to 9 and Sunday from 12 to 5. Come on out, enjoy fine dining and a round of golf. Phone 724-439-2150, located at 374 Duck Hollow Road in Uniontown. George Von Benko with you on a pleasant Saturday morning. I know you'll be taking advantage of the nice weather and be out and about, but I hope you'll take time out and pick up the phone and give us a call this morning here on the Sports Line. Two-way sports talk, as I've said many, many times, is the lifeblood of any sports talk show, and I would love to hear from you on a variety of subjects. And you know what I did? I brought the wrong sheet in for my show. I left the other one over near the computer in the other room, so I'll have to get that in a little bit. But I will tell you our phone number, if you'd like to join me this morning, is 724-438-4593. That's 724-438-4593. And we do have one line open if you'd like to jump in. Lots to get to on the show today. The Steelers had their first preseason game of the year and defeated the Packers 28-9. We'll get into that. I have a couple of Steeler interviews, a little media scrum with Derek Harmon, their fine defensive lineman, former number one pick out of Oregon, and with Mason Rudolph, who started the game the other night and is right now the backup to Aaron Rodgers. And we will begin our college football previews today. We'll take a look at the Pitt Panthers, and that means an interview with Pat Narduzzi, the head coach of the Pitt Panthers. That comes up at 11:30. Let's get to the scoreboard. First of all, Pirates won their second game in a row. They took the first game of the series with the Red Sox last night at PNC Park by a score of 8-4. Finally beat a left-hander, and they notch a win 8-4 over the Red Sox. Other National League action: Chicago Cubs shut out St. Louis 3-0. Cincinnati shuts out the Marlins 1-0. New York Mets over Washington 4-1. Arizona beats Atlanta 2-0. Colorado takes San Francisco 5-2, and the LA Dodgers over the Milwaukee Brewers 3-1. In other interleague play, San Diego beats Cleveland 7-5. American League, Chicago White Sox down the Detroit Tigers 9-5. Toronto over the New York Yankees 3-1. Baltimore Orioles beat Tampa Bay 6-5. Houston takes Seattle 10-7. Kansas City over the Los Angeles Angels 7-6. Athletics beat Texas 8-3. National Football League preseason football. Denver beats Atlanta 27-7. Remember, Atlanta is the opening game for the Steelers this year at Acrisure Stadium. Tampa Bay over the New York Jets 24-16. The Jets are the next preseason opponent next week. And Washington beats Miami 20-7. So that is a look at the scoreboard. Turning our attention to sports obituaries. And, boy, some names from the past here as I remember some of these folks. Don Nelson, one of my favorites, known to the basketball world simply as Nelly, was one of the most original minds in the game of basketball. Born on May 15th, 1940, in Muskegon, Michigan. He grew up on his grandfather's farm near Sherrard, Illinois, where he first learned to shoot a basketball by aiming at a bicycle wheel nailed to a shed. It was an improvised beginning for an extraordinary life, and it set the tone for everything that followed. At Rock Island High School, Nelson compiled a 47-7 record over his final 2 seasons, caught the eye of the Iowa Hawkeyes, the University of Iowa, where he became a 3-time All-American and most valuable player. Averaged 21.1 points per game, 10.9 rebounds over 3 varsity seasons. He left with 1,522 career points, a program record at the time. His father had hoped that he would become a watch repairman, but the NBA had other plans. Drafted in the 3rd round by the then Chicago Zephyrs in 1962, Nelson was cut and rebuilt, eventually finding a home with the Boston Celtics, where he spent 11 seasons and won 5 NBA championships. Red Auerbach, who called him a future great coach from early on, recognized in Nelson what the scorebook could not easily capture: a relentless competitor who made everyone around him better. Nelson set the Celtics' Iron Man record of 465 consecutive games played and wore jersey number 19, which Boston retired in 1978. His defining moment as a player came in Game 7 of the 1969 NBA Finals when his bouncing foul line jumper with 1:17 left sealed a 108-106 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. In 1976, Nelson transitioned into coaching with the Milwaukee Bucks, launching a 31-season career that would change the NBA itself. He pioneered Nelly ball, a fast-paced, positionless style that put smaller, more athletic players on the floor, and invented the point forward concept, decades before the modern game caught up. Over 1,335 regular season wins. He coached the Bucks, Golden State Warriors, New York Knicks, and Dallas Mavericks, winning the NBA Coach of the Year award 3 times in 1983, 1985, and in 1992. In Dallas, he orchestrated the draft night trades that brought Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash to the franchise. And in 2007, his 8th-seeded We Believe Warriors toppled the top-seeded Mavericks in one of the greatest upsets in playoff history. His final act in coaching included drafting and mentoring a young Stephen Curry. Inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. The same year, he returned to the University of Iowa to finally complete his bachelor's degree after 50 years away. He received the Chuck Daly Lifetime Achievement Award in 2025. Don Nelson, a pioneer, great player, passing away. And he will be missed. Nelson was 86 years old, died on August the 9th. From the pro football world, I missed this one. Bobby Hunt, a former do-it-all football standout for the Auburn Tigers, has died. He was 85. The Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, which inducted Hunt in 2015, confirmed his death Details of Hunt's cause of death were not immediately available. He passed away reportedly July 28th at the age of 85. And Bobby Hunt, of course, was a star at Lynette High School in Alabama. Hunt played quarterback and defensive back, also spent time at both punter and the punt returner positions. He took that all-around talent to Auburn, where he continued to play quarterback and safety. Hunt was coached by Ralph Shug Jordan at Auburn. According to an Alabama newspaper, Hunt's talent was noticed by Auburn's top rival, famed former Alabama coach Paul Bear Bryant, once described Hunt as just a great football player. That's all. After his two-way college football career, Hunt was picked by the Dallas Texans in the 11th round of the 1962 American Football League draft. Once he reached the professional ranks, Hunt focused strictly on safety. He recorded 8 interceptions as a rookie and earned first-team All-AFL honors before the Texans relocated to Kansas City in 1963 and became the Chiefs. 3 seasons later, Hunt was in the starting lineup when the Chiefs faced the Green Bay Packers in the first Super Bowl. Hunt finished his professional career with a 2-season stint with the expansion Cincinnati Bengals. Hunt appeared in 112 games as a pro, finishing his career with 42 interceptions. After his playing days ended, Hunt joined the coaching ranks as an assistant with the Buffalo Bills. Bobby Hunt, passing away at the age of 85. And from the baseball world, the New York Mets announced that Butch Husky, who played 7 Major League seasons and was one of the last players to wear number 42 before it was permanently retired, has died at the age of 54. Husky died because of a blood clot in one of his lungs. Husky, who was born and raised in Anadarko, Oklahoma, continued to wear number 42 after Major League Baseball retired it in honor of Jackie Robinson in 1997. Players who wore the number at the time were permitted to continue wearing it until they stopped playing. Husky wore number 10 during his rookie season in 1993, number 44 in 1998 with the Boston Red Sox, and number 35 with the Colorado Rockies in 2000. Otherwise, he wore 42. The Mets selected Husky in the 7th round of the 1989 amateur draft. He played parts of 5 seasons in New York. In 1997, Husky set career highs with 24 home runs, 81 RBIs, and 142 games for the Mets. He also played for Seattle and Minnesota. Husky hit .267 with 86 home runs, 336 RBI in 642 career games. So that is a look at sports obituaries. We're going to open up our phone lines. Open line sports talk. Your chance to get up on the soapbox and be heard. Anything and everything pertaining to the world of sports is on the docket. We've got one line open if you want to jump in. Call the talk line, 724-438-4593. Once again, that number, 724-438-4593. All right, let's take our first phone call of the morning here on the Sports Line. Good morning. You're on the Sports Line. There we go. I got you up now.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Charles.
Happy birthday, dear George. I will not be mistaken for either Enrico Caruso or even Marilyn Monroe.
She did a very good version of Happy Birthday, Mr. President. Yes.
No, George, I'm not quitting my day job but nobody stuck me with a pen either.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, thank you for the birthday
Hope it's a good day.
wishes. Well, I'm going to be having lunch later today with some of my dearest friends who are taking me out for my birthday.
Well, God bless and go for more. Thanks for the things you do for me. So anyhow, keep on keeping on, George.
Well, your Buccos have won 2 in a row.
Yeah. But they have. But George, you know what I told you. It's the horse is out of board. Not this year.
Well, they finally beat a left-hander. I was glad to see that last night. But they're facing Sonny Gray today, who has given them fits in the past. And he's coming in at 14-3 for the Red Sox with a 2.79 ERA. So they're going to have their hands full.
That they will. And George, I was telling somebody this morning, I think if there's no postseason play, it's almost a certainty that there isn't. It's time for Sherrington and Kelly to do like Chuck Rule says, get on with their lives' work. And maybe they need to take Bill Murphy with them too.
Well, it all depends on
Williams.
It all depends on what the contract situation is with all those people, because if there's still time left, he's not going to pay somebody for sitting around doing nothing.
No, and you don't know. You don't know whether it's going to be baseball next year or not.
Well, that's a big if.
Yeah.
That is a big if. And everybody I've talked to thinks there's going to be a lockout.
George, furthermore, I want to see them go outside the organization to get a new regime in there.
Well, I'd like to see that, but I don't have a lot of confidence in who's making decisions. I'm not thrilled with Nutting as a decision maker, and I certainly don't want Travis Williams making the decision.
No, and you discuss it with Nutting because he's supposed to be the top man. He's the owner. He's got the money. To me, he got to complete the marriage. When if it was Nutting, no wonder Matt Arnold. Why didn't he exert himself and say, "This is the guy that I want"? Why did he listen to his president of operations, who's not even a baseball man?
Well, it was a mistake, and it's a mistake they're still paying for.
Yeah, they struck out in 2019. You know, I liken it somewhat. I know the sport is different, the times are different. Look at what the Rooneys did with the Steelers in 1969. Let's try hiring somebody we don't know.
Yep, and they got the Emperor, Charles Henry Knoll.
And they stuck in their thumb and pulled out they couldn't have pulled out a better plum than they did. But it's, George, you certainly don't want any more of Ben Sherrington, do you?
No.
No?
I've been in that boat for a while now.
No, I know I have too. And, Thorne Kelly may be a nice guy, but he is not. He should have gone to the minor leagues and managed, for a couple of years maybe. He's not a championship major league manager at this point. So that's, look at other organizations. Look at people who are successful in other organizations. The fact is, they got blinded. Oh, Sherrington won a world championship.
He won it with Dombrowski's players.
Yes.
Or no, Epstein's players.
Theo Epstein. Evaluate what people in other organizations do on their own merits, not what they inherited from somebody else.
Well, there was nothing to indicate that he did it on his own. The Red Sox fell apart after that, and he was part of some very bad trades with. All the warning signs were there that he wasn't the guy they should have picked.
That's what's been the trouble. Just like the Chris Archer situation we were warned and warned again. Don't trade for him. He said, Tampa Bay was trying to dump him. And they were warned again and again and again, don't do it. And the same thing with it's the same thing with the Ozuna situation.
Well, I mean, should not it be a red flag for you that a free agent is on the market and is getting almost no play from anybody else? Nobody was interested in him. That should tell you something.
Oh, George, you beat me to the punch. But nobody's interested in him. It's been picked over. Nobody's cared. It's stale or rotten or whatever, It's not good anymore. Nobody wants him. And yet, $12 million on top of that, it could have been used for a bullpen.
Or a third baseman.
Third baseman, a left-handed pitcher, or maybe some defense upgrading. There's just, George, you and I, we're the same age now. You and I remember coming up in the late 50s and the 60s and in the 70s, when the Pirates were one of the organizations the people looked upon, they did things right. Now it's completely gone 180 degrees.
Well, they haven't really done things right since the Hurdle regime.
George, that's another thing, too. Hurdle is the best manager they had since Jim Leland. I still think Hurdle set the tone when he came in. The first thing he said, I want to reborn the city with its ball team.
And he did.
Yes, he did. And, you said it before, and I'll have to admit I was critical. In the early years, Neil Huntington. But it turned out in the end that Huntington did a bunch of good things.
Well, there were some things I didn't like, but I'll say this. As far as constructing a roster is concerned, Huntington is miles ahead of Ben Cherington.
Oh, my. George, perhaps in the last 2 or 3 years, the organization has gotten a little bit better. Now, mind you, I didn't say they were good. A little bit better because, there were schemes and there was Carter Griffin and some, some of the Ishmael Valdez and some of the pitchers like Ashcraft and Chandler and stuff. But still, what is it, the 4 years before that, Cherington was nothing but a big emblazoned gold nest. You can't do that. It's time for a change, George. Go outside the organization and look, and don't get, it's Smokey Robinson said, Smokey Robinson in Miracle said, shop around. You got to get yourself a bargain, son. Don't be sold on the very first one.
Well, as I said, as far as the Pirates making changes like that, I will believe it when I see it because I just don't have any faith in the organization. I really don't.
And I said before, if it is true that Nutting wanted Matt Arnold, he's the owner. He's the one with the top. Why didn't he assert himself? Well, I don't want to ruin your birthday, George.
Yeah, you're making me depressed here.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the Steelers. I like some of the things I saw. I don't go, somebody asked me, several people have asked me, you got to be thrilled. And I said, wait a minute. It's preseason football. That's just like spring training. I don't get overwhelmed by preseason football, but I did like some things that I saw,
George, I will say this. I don't think the Steelers have ever treated Mason Rudolph correctly. I'm sorry.
Well, and it's going on right now. First of all, I don't see McCarthy, who's a smart coach. Let's not undersell him. I don't see him going into a season with a 42-year-old quarterback in his last year with two rookies as the backup. I just don't see him doing that.
George, that's just what. Frankly, I'll tell you this. I think Mason Rudolph is maybe not a Canton Hall of Famer, but he had some shortcomings. But he also won a lot of clutch games for him too, and they don't seem to see that.
Yeah, the biggest thing because a lot of the game was played with third and fourth teamers and things like that, and I don't go. Did you notice the offense looked completely different? And guess what, Charlie? They found out that there's a middle of the field.
Yeah, George. George, that's the big thing. Granted, if you throw over the middle field, you're raising the possibility of interceptions.
But you can't ignore it either.
But you also, in order to be a championship team, you've got to throw over the middle, because that's where the yardage is made. That's where you score your points, George.
Right, but it was totally ignored, and it was so evident. They're just little things, and I'll say this too, and I'm not going overboard on the quarterbacks or anything, but I talked to Mason Rudolph, and we'll play a little bit of that a little bit later on, but you can tell that McCarthy is an offensive-minded coach, and he is good with quarterbacks.
Yes.
All of the quarterbacks say the attention to detail is fantastic.
You think that was terribly lacking when Tomlin was there?
I do. He didn't have good offensive coordinators. How many times did I say I was not in? They hadn't had good staffs in Pittsburgh after they got rid of the likes of Bruce Arians and Dick LeBeau.
Yeah. Let's see. Bruce Arians went to Tampa, didn't he?
Right, and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, of course he had Brady down.
Right.
But George, I'll say this as I go out. You know why you left your information sheet in the other room?
Why?
You got blinded by the candles on your birthday cake.
Oh, it looked like a forest fire. They were getting the fire extinguisher out.
Well, I had the same problem. We are the same age.
Well, you know what? I don't feel my age, and that's a good thing.
Good. Well, George, thanks. God bless. Go for more.
All right. Thank you very much for the call, Charles. Take care. Bye-bye. And we will be back with more here on the Sportsline. If you want to jump in, open line sports talk, get up on that soapbox. Let me hear what's on your cranium, as Myron used to say. Talk line number 724-438-4593. We've got a wide open board. You should have no problems getting through. Once again, 724-438-4593. Back with more right after this.
Come on down to Live Casino this August and get ready to push your luck for the chance to win up to $250,000 cash. Earn entries daily in August. Then be sure to join our drawings on Friday, August 28th and Saturday, August 29th. We will draw 25 winners each day, but only one will take home the $250,000 cash grand prize. Make your play at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Is it time for your first home? Or time to trade up to a home that fits your lifestyle? It's time to visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with trade-in and trade-up deals. Imagine beautiful, new, energy-efficient homes packed with the features you've been dreaming about. Trade in and trade up at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51. Trade-in value toward purchase of a new home determined by resale value and evaluation by home center manager. Additional deposit may be required.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,944.
For 35 years, Fay Penn Economic Development Council has been committed to its mission of growing Fayette County's economy and helping to bring jobs to the area. Whether you're a startup, existing, or new business in Fayette County, Fay Penn's lending team can work with you to decide if the Fay Penn Loan Fund suits your business's needs. Fay Penn's Loan Fund offers loans starting at $10,000, pending qualifications. Visit faypenn.org to learn more about financing opportunities for your business and to complete a pre-application form.
It's gorgeous outside, which means it's time to get to Bittersweet Cafe of Farmington. From their incredible daily lunch specials featuring farm-to-table fresh ingredients to their refreshing drinks, frozen treats, smoothies, and iced tea, Bittersweet Cafe has something for everyone. Enjoy this beautiful spot nestled in the Laurel Highland Mountains, just a few miles outside of Ohiopyle on Farmington, Ohiopyle Road. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. SUV season is here, and you can get that new, certified, or select pre-owned all-wheel drive that you've been looking for. It's just a test drive away. Let me show you how simple you can buy or lease your next vehicle. The season is changing, so fall into your best deal with me. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Great selections, super pricing, and deals on your next wheels. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. I'll make you a good deal.
If you're an athlete, you know the importance of a strong recovery. NovaCare provides several athletic training programs geared toward athletic-related injuries and collaborates with Albert Gallatin, Uniontown, Fraser, California, Jefferson Morgan, Waynesburg, West Green, and Mapletown school districts to help student athletes stay at their best. From coordinating additional specialist care to treating on-site injuries, their experts cater to your personal needs. Specialized services include concussion diagnosis and rehabilitation and treatment for sports-specific injuries. For more information on athletic training at NovaCare, visit novacare.com or contact your local office today.
Hi, this is Rob King. You're listening to the Sportsline with George Von Benko on WMBS.
And welcome back on board. Saturday morning edition of the Sportsline. Continuing in the open line mode. Whatever you would like to talk about pertaining to the world of sports, we'll discuss it. We've got a wide open board, so it's a great time for you to jump into the sports talk right now. You should have no problem getting through. Call the talk line number 724-438-4593. Once again, 724-438-4593. That's your ticket to conversation here on the Sports Line. And let's take our second phone call of the morning here on the Sports Line. Good morning. You're on the Sports Line.
Good morning, George.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm Mark from Republic.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sitting here on the front porch enjoying such a nice day. Nobody's starting to burn their garbage yet, so I'll stay out here for a while. Hey, George, did I hear correctly? Did a Pirate pitcher pitch an entire game?
Yes. 85 pitches. Braxton Ashcraft. That hasn't happened in quite a while.
Okay, what, all 9 innings, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Holy. Yeah, I was shocked. I thought the announcer on Channel 4 read the thing wrong. He said it pitched the entire game.
Yeah, well, he was so efficient. There have been, those used to happen with guys like Greg Maddux and things like that, where you pitched the game like that. But he was very, very efficient in that ball game.
Yeah. George, I went out this morning to the Route 40 diner, to have breakfast. met a fellas out there, older group of guys, and they started talking about the Steeler game, about those two young quarterbacks. What was that?
Will Howard and Drew Aller.
Yeah. They were talking about how well they did. I kind of interested. Hey, fellas, remember Kenny Pickett? His preseason, we thought he was going to be the next Tom Brady.
Very good point, and it's a point I've made to other people. Preseason football, to me, is like spring training in baseball. I don't go overboard with this. Those guys were playing against third and fourth teamers the other night.
Yeah.
Now, I liked what they did. They were very efficient. I thought Mason Rudolph played well in the time he was in there. The quarterbacks all look good, but I'm not anointing anybody for Canton right now.
Yeah. They had pretty good running back too. Was that Nichols or was his name?
Lou Nichols, the kid from I believe he was from Western Kentucky in college. He was with them a little bit last year, and he ran. The guy who's in a lot of trouble is their third-round pick from a year ago, Caleb Johnson from Iowa. Not very often that a third-round pick gets cut, but he's on the bubble right now.
Hey, what about that? The Navy guy.
Heidenreich played, Eli Heidenreich. Yeah, he played a little bit. Yeah, he was a Swiss Army. How about the young man from Iowa? He impressed me. The wide receiver kick returner.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he broke that one down.
Caden Wetchin. Yeah.
What's that, number 17 or?
No, I believe he's number 10, if I'm not mistaken.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, they a little bit of excitement there. Well, that's good. Yeah.
But it's preseason football. I saw some things I liked. I saw some things I did. One thing I did not like, the penalties. Too many penalties. And nothing will stop an offense or hurt a defense more than penalties. And they had way too many penalties.
Especially in a close game.
Yeah.
That can tip the balance, Yeah. Well, hey, George, that's really all I got for you right now, today. But I'm going to go inside. Somebody started burning garbage.
All right. You have a good rest of your day.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that frees up both of our phone lines, 724-438-4593. That's the number to call if you want to talk here on the Sports Line. Pick up your phone, give us a call. I've got a wide open board. I did some interviews earlier in the week, and because of the weather the one day, I wasn't able to get my customary one-on-ones. I had to be part of a group effort with the media talking to some people, but I'm going to play some snippets. One of the guys that talked to us, and I'm going to take this phone call before I go to it, was Derek Harmon, the number one pick out of Oregon, the defensive lineman, and we'll get to some of his comments here in just a moment. Let's take another call real quick. Good morning. You're on the Sports Line.
Morning, George. How are you doing? Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Hey, George, what actually does a baseball bench coach do?
He tries to keep track of who's available, what the situation is. He's in the manager's ear about strategy, that type of thing.
Okay, I was just wondering. Hey, getting back to Don Nelson.
Yes, one of my favorites.
What a great career
Yeah.
What a great career that man had.
As a player and as a coach, yes.
Yes, and you know what? He recruited Dirk Nowitzki in Germany, where I was born, in the same town.
Mm-hmm. And he got the Warriors to draft Curry.
Yeah.
So he had an eye for talent, too.
That's for sure. And my cousin is personal friends with Dirk Nowitzki's dad.
Okay.
But anyway.
Well,
are you there?
Yeah, Nelson was one of and he was one of my favorite. And I'll never forget that Game 7 against the Lakers when he hit that foul line jumper that bounced up in the air and then fell down through the hoop.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
you remember the way he used to shoot foul shots? You remember that one-handed?
Yes, the top 10 in scoring in the NBA. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a shame about Don Nelson.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got. And yeah, the Steelers.
He left us too soon. In fact, my obituaries this week, two very, very good players that did not get enough credit in their sports. Nelson, for one. And Bobby Hunt, who people do not remember, was a great football player back in the day.
Yeah. Hey, I actually have a 1969 basketball card of Don Nelson.
Can you
believe that?
I've got a few Nelly cards myself. Yeah,
Do you?
Well, see, I was a huge Celtic fan when I was a kid.
Yes. But no, I mean, there's not too many coaches that have that kind of a career and a player at the same time.
And he was such an innovator as a coach with that style of play. He was miles ahead of everybody at that time.
Everybody, yeah, you're right, George.
Yeah. Well, thank
you. But
you.
anyway, that's all I got today, I'll listen to the rest of your show now.
All right, thank you very much for the call.
Hey, have a good birthday. Bye, George.
Bye. And we're going to get to a little bit of that Derek Harmon media scrum from earlier in the week. But first, let's get to that right now. We're going to play a little bit of Derek Harmon, the Steelers' #1 pick out of Oregon, and is looking really, really good in camp. And he met with the media the other day. Let's listen in.
Derek, the coaches have spoke very highly of you and Cam. How big a difference from last year? Where are you, do you feel, coming into year 2? Just from a comfort factor or playing standpoint?
Yeah, I feel like the game's slowing down for me this year. Going to year 2. Still harping on the older guys, getting help from older guys like Cam. But yeah, I feel like things are slowing down this time around.
What's it been like working next to Wyatt on the first team so consistently? You guys came in together, and now you guys line up next to each other a lot.
It's cool, man. Like you said, we came in together. That's my guy right there, and it's cool to have him out there with me.
Derek, how different is this for you guys on defense?
As far as what?
Just from obviously new coaches, but play style, how you guys attack, those type of things.
I don't think real difference. It's a new coaching staff. We got that out the way during OTAs, and I was just ball, man. Kind of the same thing as far as like the scheme and alignments, little tweaks and things that PG brought in, but I feel like it's same for us. Got the playbook down, and it's just time to execute.
PG was saying on Saturday that he's a D lineman at heart, basically, since that's what he played, and he likes to spend a lot of time in your room with you guys. What are the things you're picking up from him, and how's that been, having so much kind of hands-on work with the DC?
It's been a blessing for that DC to be in the room. Then we get on the field. He's running some of the drills. It's really a blessing because he's coming right in when we're watching a team rest from practice, and he's really helping us, pointing out things he see, how he wants it done. And what I really love about PG, like, he's going to tell you what you did well. He's going to tell you what you did bad also. And he's not going to run away from or shy from it. And that's been a great help for the guys in the room, including myself.
You guys are different people in different positions, different individuals, whatever. But last year, first round pick, you got hurt during preseason, missed practice time. Max missed some practice time here. Just were you able to apply that time? Do you remember coming into the league and trying to learn the game, even though you couldn't maybe on the practice field or anything?
Yeah, I got hurt in preseason, then and when I was in the season, it's really just got to show up to the meetings, really get your mental reps because you can't physically get your reps. So it's really a mental game once you're on that sideline, not be able to practice and be with the guys. You got to understand it's part of the game. That's something I didn't understand at first, and I had a good group around me, good teammates around me that helped me understand that.
Derek, in a practice today, Mike McCarthy said that there was some more work that you guys really wanted to get done, get accomplished before tomorrow when you start looking at Green Bay. Were you guys able to kind of accomplish everything with the weather today, or was it a little bit more okay having to move with all the changing parts?
Yeah, we got some good reps. We got inside run and Franco moments right before we went out indoors. I feel like this for the offensive line, defensive line, that inside run really helped us. We got alive, period, in that, and because you don't get too many, far as real practice with pads on for the O-line, D-line to really collide like that. So that was very helpful. Was able to get that.
How have you felt about those clashes? I mean, the D-line and the O-line are two of the most highly invested groups by this front office of the last few years. So you guys are going to clash a lot. How have you felt about how that competition has been when you guys put the pads on, whether goal line, Franklin moments, etc.?
It's been amazing, man. Some plays we're getting them, some plays they're getting us, and it's just really iron sharpening iron right there, man. And, I can't really express enough how much we're really working. And even after like one-on-ones or team periods, like guys are coming over and asking, "What did you see?" And I'm going over to O-line and say, "Hey, how did you see that rep?" and things like that. And it's really just because it's a team at the end of the day, and we want everybody to be great.
Do you have a rival that you have, or like a person that you look for, like, hey, I know I'm going up against Zach or Mason. I know I'm to expect this X, Y, or Z.
Not far as a rival, but of course you want to go against one of the best guys on the O-line, and I don't got no rival, but I just want to go against the best.
One of Mike McCarthy's Steelers' 6 fundamentals that he pointed out was blocking, or in your guys' case, getting off of blocks. What do you think the defensive line has worked the most on to improve in that area, or get through blocks, penetrate at the line?
As far as getting off blocks, you mean?
Yeah.
Really just shedding. You got to shed. You got to be at the point of contact. Once you get your knock back, you got to be able to shed off a block. You can't stay blocked for too long. Because if you stay blocked for too long, that means the ball's hitting your gap or something, you're not doing your job right. So that's something we've been doing as far as with Coach Pecco on the sleds, really shedding off those blocks and practicing those reps.
What is something that really sticks with you from what Coach Pecco has said, and how aware are you guys of his career?
Peck says a lot of things, man, because he has 13 years in the league, and you got to respect that at the end of the day, because he had his hand in the dirt just like we do, and I can't just pinpoint one thing he said because he says a lot, and we try to soak up everything, because like I said, 13 years in the league and playing nose, so anything he says, everybody in that room, ears are open and really listening to Coach Peck.
Last one here.
You ever see any of his highlights go on YouTube or anything?
I haven't, not yet, no sir.
That is Derek Harmon, the number 1 pick a year or so ago out of Oregon, a defensive lineman, looking very, very good in camp right now on that defensive line. Let's get a break in and wrap up hour number 1 of the Sports Line.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
For over 50 years, Mauser's Tire Center has kept our community rolling safely. Located on Route 40 West at Seawrights Crossroads, they're your trusted source for new, used, and recap tires, plus expert repairs. Need a new set or a quick fix? Then call Mauser's at 724-249-2410, and they'll get you ready for the road. Mauser's Tire Center. 5 decades of keeping you safe.
Find your place in the sun for fun this summer with First Federal of Greene County. Dreaming of a backyard refresh? Leverage your existing home equity and ask about a home improvement or home construction loan. First Federal will help you dive into any new project. A swimming pool, patio, outdoor kitchen, even a new driveway or garage. Whatever floats your boat. Visit with a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 458729.
Lee's Plumbing and Excavating of New Salem wants to thank all their clients from the last 37 years for their commitment to quality. Lee's offers a wide range of services, including residential and commercial plumbing and excavating services. So, if you are looking for quality workmanship and a trusted partner to work on your project, look no further than Lee's Plumbing and Excavating. Call them today at 724-245-2950. Lee's Plumbing and Excavating, a proud sponsor of the WMBS live broadcast from the New Salem VFD Hog Roast.
Chris Parker Jr., it's really been heating up. What's hot at Autoland?
We have sizzling financing deals with 0% financing for 60 months on 2026 Tucsons and Santa Fe. And how about this? No payments for 90 days. Or take advantage of $3,000 retail bonus cash on a new Santa Fe.
I'm listening.
Purchase your new 26 Tucson or Santa Fe now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales event. And don't make a payment till Halloween. Or choose the retail bonus cash and take the family on vacation in your new Santa Fe with third row seating. We also have $2,000 bonus cash on the fuel-efficient 2026 Elantra SE. Or you can lease it for $189 per month. Just see us for details.
Plus Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's Best Warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection with every new Hyundai purchased, and 5-year unlimited mileage roadside assistance. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown, or visit their website at AutolandHyundai.com.
You'll always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott in Uniontown is a proud sponsor of Sportsline. When you work with Janie, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances in a way that makes sense for you. The team partners with you through each stage of life to help you set and reach your financial goals. To learn more about the Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group at Janie, be sure to check out their website at www.lhwag.com. Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott, LLC, member FINRA, NYSE, SIPC.
Looking for your new favorite spot in Uniontown? Stop by Casey Sports Cafe on South Mount Vernon Avenue. Family owned and operated by the Vernons, Casey serves up incredible homemade soups, hearty sandwiches, and delicious entrees. Opens every day at 7, closes Monday through Friday at 3, and Sunday at 2. Place your order or book your next event now at 724-550-4126. Casey Sports Cafe, 724-550-4126.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove, and you're listening to the Sports Line with George Von Benko on your local station, WMBS.
And we're almost out of time here in hour number 1. We've got another full hour sports talk coming up after the news. Another Steeler interview with Mason Rudolph, the quarterback. And then our first college football preview at the bottom of the hour at hour number 2 at 11:30 with Pat Narduzzi, the head coach of the Pitt Panthers. And I want to remind you, I will be appearing at a sports card and Pokemon show at the Uniontown Mall Friday and Saturday, August 21st and 22nd. Friday, I'll be there from 10 to 6. Saturday, I'll be there after my show on Saturday from about 12:30 until 4 p.m. So if you want to come up and get an autographed book, stop by and see me at the sports card show at the Uniontown Mall next weekend. The Sports Line being brought to you this morning by Casey Sports Cafe, Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville, and Bogies at Duck Hollow. The news is coming your way next from the Fox Radio Network, right here on your local station, 590 AM and 101.1 FM, WMBS, Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
Giving an update, I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. President Trump visiting New York's Long Island on Friday, highlighting lower crime numbers in Nassau County and the country, but he also weighed in on the Middle East.
He says he won't apologize even as gas prices remain elevated, saying Iran is the #1 state sponsor of terror in the world. And then he made this comment regarding the Strait of Hormuz.
Pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States. We have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to.
President Trump has previously claimed the U.S. has control of the waterway. As of August 12th, CENTCOM says the U.S. has redirected 59 commercial vessels, disabled 3, and boarded 2 ships to make sure they are complying with the blockade.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. A hurricane warning in effect for the Big Island of Hawaii. It's bracing for what could be the island's first hurricane landfall in 155 years. Fox Weather's Katie Byrne in Honolulu.
Winds are picking up. Today is really the day that conditions will start deteriorating across Hawaii. Up first for impacts is the Big Island, which is south of us. They are under a hurricane warning there. Here in Honolulu, we've been upgraded to a tropical storm warning, so we really saw preparations ramping up yesterday between people who live here, people who are visiting, and of course the first responders trying to get ready for this too. There's still a little time left for us here on Oahu. Honolulu police, they've been trying to make sure emergency response vehicles are ready to go in case officers need to deploy. I've also noticed sandbags outside of businesses that are preparing for the possibility of flooding.
And again, Fox Weather's Katie Byrne on the Big Island. The National Weather Service says rainfall measured in feet, along with flooding, mudslides, and damaging winds, are all possible in parts of the state as we keep an eye on Hurricane Lala. America is listening to Fox News.
From around
the world?
Trey Yingst, joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel.
To Washington.
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
Luigi Mangione in federal court yesterday admitting to stalking and killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2024.
Luigi Mangione now faces up to life after pleading guilty to 2 federal interstate stalking charges for killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Shackled in a Manhattan courtroom yesterday, the 28-year-old confessed to targeting and murdering Thompson. He read a prepared statement expressing no remorse as Thompson's wife and family sat in the courtroom for the first time. Mangione telling a federal judge his motive was anger over his own severe back pain and his belief that the health insurance system worked against patients. Mangione saying this, quote, "I've been emailed United Healthcare leadership posing as an investor at a firm. Unlike my previous interactions with insurers, I received an immediate response within an hour."
Mangione using a 3D printer, he said, to manufacture components for the firearm allegedly used in the killing. Lawyers for accused killer Alec Murdaugh say they are introducing new evidence in a retrial for the murder of his wife and son. Fox's Jonathan Seri in Lexington, South Carolina.
Alec Murdaugh wore civilian clothes in court for the first time since his 2023 conviction for the murders of his wife Maggie and son Paul 2 years before. Still likely to spend the rest of his life in prison after pleading guilty to millions of dollars in state and federal financial crimes, Murdaugh hopes to at least partially clear his name in a new murder trial next April. The judge granted a defense request for an independent lab to analyze evidence found under Maggie Murdaugh's fingernails, shown to include trace amounts of DNA from an unknown male. Prosecutors threw water on defense efforts to explore whether shell casings at the Murdaugh family crime scene were connected to a .300 blackout rifle used in a murder in another town.
The judge okaying a defense request to move the location of the trial, but has not yet actually picked the new locale. I'm Paul Stevens. This is Fox News.
Uncover camouflaged health symptoms at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital during a free community health screening on Saturday, September 19th from 8 to 11 a.m. Receive screenings for your heart, circulation, bone health, blood pressure, blood glucose, and more, all at no cost. Plus, physicians will be on site to answer your questions. Pre-register today and receive a free WVU Medicine camouflage hat. Visit wvumedicine.org/Uniontown to register.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
It's the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor area with a new fence from All Around Fence Company, conveniently located on Route 40 in Uniontown. All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 46 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has the fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for Neutrina products and carries Weaver equine and livestock supplies and Preferred farm equipment. So, if you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are considering the installation of new farm fencing, visit All Around Fence, open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 1, or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
thank you to each of you who voted for Economy Furnace Company for Best in Fayette. Your trust and support means so much. Winners will be announced October 13th. It's an honor to serve this amazing community. Your support of Economy Furnace Company is an investment in your neighbors and your town. We're proud to partner with Amana, one of the most trusted names in the HVAC industry, to bring you American-made quality you can count on. Summer is the perfect time to schedule a clean and tune-up on your air conditioner. Regular maintenance keeps your system running efficiently, lowers energy bills, and prevents costly breakdowns. If your system does break down, Economy will get you cool again fast. Don't wait until your AC stops working. Call Economy Furnace Company at 724-438-4575 to schedule your summer tune-up and keep your family cool and comfortable in the summer heat.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
Laurel Ridge Eye Care reminds us that vision problems may develop so slowly you don't even notice until you find yourself reading less and straining to focus. If that's happening to you, call Dr. Aaron Sobel at Laurel Ridge Eye Care for a complete vision exam. If there's one thing you shouldn't overlook, it's your vision. Laurel Ridge Eye Care and board-certified ophthalmologist Dr. Aaron Sobel remind you that early detection of eye disease can help prevent blindness. Their complete vision exams can help determine if you are developing problems. Laurel Ridge Eye Care offers full-service medical, surgical, and laser eye care with cataract surgery performed at Uniontown Hospital. Don't take chances with your eyes. Schedule your appointment today by calling Laurel Ridge Eye Care at 724-437-2222. That's 724-437-2222. All insurances are accepted, as well as Visa, MasterCard, and debit card at Laurel Ridge Eye Care, 130 West Fayette Street in the former Hockey Funeral Home.
Your local station. WMBS.
Welcome back on board for hour number 2 of the Sportsline, being brought to you this morning by my good buddy Tom Vernon and Casey Sports Cafe, located right here on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville, and by Bogies at Duck Hollow, now under new management, serving lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday from 12 to 9, Sunday from 12 to 5. Come on out, enjoy fine dining and a round of golf. Phone 724-439-2150, located at 374 Duck Hollow Road in Uniontown. George Von Benko with you as we forge ahead into our second hour. We continue in the open line mode. Your chance to get up on that soapbox and be heard. Whatever you would like to talk about pertaining to the world of sports, it is fair game. So pick up your phone. Now the talk line number, 724-438-4593. That number again, 724-438-4593. I'm gazing at a wide open board right now as we come back from the news break, which means you shouldn't have any trouble getting through. So give me a call on the talk line, 724-438-4593. And I want to remind you, a programming note at the bottom of the hour at 11:30, the first of our college football previews. College football season for the local teams is underway with fall camp. All 3 teams, Pitt, West Virginia, and Penn State, open the season on September the 5th. It's just around the corner. And our first college football preview at the bottom of the hour will feature the Pitt Panthers. Interview I did the other day right after practice with University of Pittsburgh head coach Pat Narduzzi, entering his 12th year at the helm of the Panthers. That's coming up at 11:30. Let's go back to the phone lines. Take our first phone call here in hour number 2. Good morning. You're on the Sports Line.
Hey, George, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay, so far. Hey, George, I'd like to touch on the Steelers in a little bit, but first the Pirates. I don't know if you remember, but about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, before the trade deadline, I called in and I said, you watch, I said,
the Pirates are going to fall on their face. And, well, look, here we are. You know?
Well, I expected they did improve the bullpen, but I think they made these moves too late.
Yeah.
They made the moves
Yeah,
too late.
absolutely. They lost throughout the season. They blew too many leads and lost games they shouldn't have lost, you know, and it's showing itself now. But these last couple of weeks, they really, oh my, they were just losing game after game after game.
Injuries contributed a little bit. Losing O'Hearn was a massive blow to their offense.
Oh, was it not? That's for sure.
Yeah.
But these last couple games they did okay. But you never know what team's going to show up.
I'll be interested to see what they do today because they're facing a guy who's given them problems in the past in Sonny Gray.
Yeah, it always depends on the opposing pitcher, it seems like,
Well, it was good to see them finally beat a left-hander last night. They finally won a game against a left-handed pitcher. But Sonny Gray is having a great year for the Red Sox. He comes in sitting at 14-3 with a 2.79 ERA. So they're going to have their hands full. Huh? They're going to have their hands full today.
Yeah, he's their star. But, the old Montgomery, he's coming into his own, isn't he, for the Pirates?
Well, I like a lot of things I see from Montgomery. He has the makings of maybe being the closer. They didn't have a guy they could depend on for most of the season because they traded away the guy they never should have traded away in David Bednar.
No, they didn't get really anything.
They didn't get anything for him. Which is,
I didn't understand that. I almost went and jumped out the second floor window when I heard about that trade. I couldn't understand it at all.
Well, anytime they have made deals with the Yankees, they have usually come out on the short end of the stick. They gave away some very talented people over the years to the Yankees and got very little in return if you look at those trades.
Well, they got that Weaver this time around, so we'll see.
Well, no, they got Weaver from the Mets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, correction. That's right. Yeah, my mistake. But moving on to the Steelers there, George. I mean, all the quarterbacks look good, but of course, they weren't playing first teamers for the most part.
No, they were playing third and fourth teamers. I don't get I don't go overboard on the preseason, just like I don't on spring training. There were a lot of things that I liked. There were a few things I did. The biggest bugaboo I had with the game is they've got to clean up this penalty situation. Too many penalties.
Don't they ever? Yeah, that's haunted them in the past a few times here and there, seasons past too, too many penalties. And it's like errors in baseball. It hurts you.
It does. And nothing can bog down an offense quicker than those pre-snap penalties.
Yeah. But their quarterback situation, I mean, I'm a Penn Stater, so I'm pulling for Aller. And he wasn't playing. He was probably playing 13 guys.
They were actually playing 14 guys at that point.
Yeah, so you got to take that into consideration.
Oh, you do. I mean, the guys look good. I like. You can see that McCarthy is a quarterback guy, the way he handles his quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks all look good. But as I said, I don't put a lot of stock in it because of who they were playing. Now, the other thing I did really like. The offense looked different. They found the middle of the field again. How many times did you see Tomlin's offense throw the ball in the middle of the field? They never did.
I know. It was refreshing, wasn't it, huh?
It was great to see it, yeah.
I know it's preseason. It's not, like you said, it's nothing to get excited about and stuff. But what do you think? What's your opinion, George? I mean, I know it would be highly unusual, but do you think there's a chance they might keep 4 quarterbacks on the roster?
I do, because all these people online are yelling, well, the 2 kids look great. We can get rid of Mason Rudolph. No. You cannot go into an NFL season with a 42-year-old quarterback who's in his last year because one hit, and all of a sudden you're starting two rookies. No.
Right.
And McCarthy won't do that. Mason Rudolph is a competent backup quarterback, and he played well the other night. He's a competent backup quarterback. I don't see them rolling the dice like that. I just don't.
I didn't care too much. I agree with you. Rudolph looked okay, as time went on, but there at the beginning when he got sacked a couple times off, I thought,
that's not his fault. That's the line's fault.
Yeah, I know, but you think there's a possibility they would go ahead and keep four on the roster?
I think they're going to try in every way they can to keep four on the roster. One they might find a way to stick on the IR or something like that.
Yeah. Cook the book somehow, but.
But as far as all these people saying, "Oh, we're okay. Go ahead and trade Mason." No.
Yeah,
you don't want to have a rookie as your backup.
But I don't want to see him. I mean, both Howard and Al are both. If they end up letting one of them go, they're letting some talent go. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to see that.
Well,
so they got to figure out a way.
I wouldn't either, and they do have to figure out a way. But I just don't think McCarthy is going to take a chance like that. Because, let's face it, Aaron Rodgers is 42 years old. One hit, he could be out.
Yeah, it might not even take a hit. He might just...
Yeah.
he just might trip over his own feet somewhere along the line and stuff like that. You never know.
I just can't see an NFL coach taking that kind of a risk.
Yeah. I'm hoping for the best, but,
and I could be totally wrong. Maybe he will roll the dice, but if it was me, I wouldn't.
That's exactly what it would be, too, rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Because, 42 is going to be 43 years old for NFL quarterback, I mean.
And, let's face it, they shuffle the offensive line around. You got guys in different positions. They did not look great the other night. That gives you even more pause for concern that, somebody's going to sneak through and blast him one time.
Yeah. Well, I hope they're going to be able to work on that O-line.
I think they will.
I
think they will, and I think what showed up is the lack of hitting that they're doing at camp.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really showed.
Now, are they doing only 3 preseason games this year?
They did that last year, too. Yeah.
Oh, did they only do 3 last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Because,
the preseason games are the Jets next week at home and then at Buffalo.
At Buffalo.
Yeah.
That should be interesting. Going up there.
That'll be the final preseason game, and usually in the final preseason game, that's when you see a lot of the veterans. Some of these veteran guys got to play a little bit, too. There's such a thing as you got to get in football shape, too. You got to hit somebody every once in a while.
Yeah, you got to get in the mix a little bit. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, it's speculation about how well they're going to do and not. But what's your expectations for the Steelers this year? You got any?
Well, I think they're going to make the playoffs in our division. By the way, I hadn't seen anything more. Have you seen anything more in the news about what happened to Joe Burrow the other night in that preseason game?
No, my understanding is there's something going on there, but
I saw some video of him after he got hit, and he was trying to stretch out that leg. It looked like he was having a problem with his leg, and boy, that's all the Bengals need.
That guy seems like he's so fragile or something. He's always hurt.
Yeah,
seems like.
Well, he takes a beating behind that. That offensive line is not very good.
Yeah, that's a lot of the problem there.
Right.
And, he gets hit a few times and stuff like that, and he's out for half the season or something like that, I mean, he's a good quarterback, but, being a good quarterback and sitting on the bench or sitting up in the press box because you're hurt, that doesn't do anybody any good. That doesn't do your team any good, that's for sure.
What's the old thing Chuck Noll used to say? You can't help us in the tub. Can't help us in the tub.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, Thanks a lot, George. Maybe I'll try to get up the mall and meet you next week.
I would love it. I'll be there on Friday from 10 to 6 p.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday after my show. So probably get up there around 12:30, and they go to 4 p.m. on Saturday. That's the big sports card show at the Uniontown Mall. I'll be selling and signing copies of my book on Dick LeBeau and some of my other books. So I hope some of the fans will stop up and say hello and talk a little football or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Are they going to have cars inside the mall?
Cards? Yeah.
You know,
they're going to have 200 tables, I think.
Oh, cards.
Yeah, it's cards. It's a card show.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you meant car.
It's a sports card show. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
All right. Well, that should be interesting.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good stuff at some of these shows. I mean, if you're into that, you know.
So if I come up to you when you're up there and I go, "Hey, George, how you doing today?" You know who it is.
Yeah, I won't have a button to push to send you into space. No, I'm just kidding.
That's how I always greet you when I call.
I know. Well, hopefully you'll stop by. I'd love to see as many fans as possible.
Yep, I'm sure you would. Okay, well, hey, thanks a lot for the time.
All right, you take care. Goodbye.
Yep.
And let's get to the Mason Rudolph media scrum from the other day, and we're going to play a little bit of that, and then take a break, and then our first college football preview comes up at the bottom of the hour at 11:30. Interview I did with Pitt head coach Pat Narduzzi. Right now, though, let's eavesdrop on the media scrum the other day with Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph.
Mason, Tom Arth said that this is the best he's ever seen you play. Now, I know it wasn't here in 23 when we got the team in the playoffs, but do you feel that way about yourself? And if so, how much is that credited to a lot of the fundamental work that QB school that Mike employs puts you through?
Yeah, I mean, I think just another year older, another year worth of lessons learned last year, good and bad, and then a year with Aaron and being able to really pick up a lot. He's so open and so easy to talk to, easy to ask questions, so that's been a valuable resource. And then absolutely, Coach McCarthy's just his detail in the footwork. I mean, even down to like the PDFs that we get, the installations, and how many little notes there are for the receivers and break points and landmarks and just extra notes that really give them a lot of information that's valuable. So that's been great as we go through the installation, learning all the different concepts and packages he has. And then obviously the footwork's been great. I've spoken to that already, that I switched from right foot forward to left foot forward, and I've really enjoyed the change. It took a minute in the spring to get comfortable with, but it's been good.
As you guys prepare for this first preseason game, you've been told about how they may split up the reps among the four quarterbacks.
Yeah, we haven't really been told yet.
So, Michael Pittman said the other day he thought he knew football until he talked to Aaron. I mean, what do you learn from that guy? Why are you amazed at how much he knows or how his mind thinks?
Yeah, I think just globally, he understands the run game really intricately well. He understands protections like the back of his hand. He's obviously I think he would in season he would take like a Thursday after practice and just go through the meeting and sort of a pop quiz, but no coaches, so it's a very relaxed environment, and just asking guys questions in a kind of popcorn around the room. And it was just amazing the level of detail with break points, and just the way that he's able to articulate to the receiver, the quarterback's perspective. And this is going to be a much harder throw for me if you break here opposed to there. So that really, I had never heard a veteran articulate like that in a calm manner and without a dictatorship. Just a very kind. And I think guys received that really well. So I understand why Pittman would say something like that.
Mason, we were talking to Mike McCarthy earlier about sort of his approach when there's a turnover or something like that in practice. He seems pretty calm, cool, and collected. to us. Have you guys seen a different side, or how's he approached the offense when things aren't going according to plan?
Yeah, I think you'd be correct. I mean, he absolutely does not throw a tantrum or a hissy fit. He's I think as a play caller for so many years, he probably can't spend a lot of time riding the roller coaster himself, just because he's got to get ready for the next play, the next series, the next drive. And so I guess you appreciate that about him, but he absolutely he wants to keep the ball secure just as much as any other coach, so that we respect that about it too. So yeah.
With four quarterbacks, how much does that help you guys to do the two-spot system when you guys are in team periods to kind of split those reps and get more time on the field?
Yeah, big time. That's been great. Just double the reps, and so I know that the younger Mike's been with the younger quarterbacks, and I know they've appreciated that wisdom. We've been with Tom Arth and Coach Ange, who've been great, and then obviously Aaron. I get to pick up on a lot of the protection conversations, anything that he's thinking about adding. I've been able to kind of be privy to that, which has been fun. But yeah, the more reps you can get in training camp by splitting it up two-spot, the better.
Coach McCarthy was asked about players that impressed him the most in person as opposed to what he may have seen previously on film. He said your name first. Why do you think that was? What did you do to make a positive first impression in year 9, which sounds kind of funny to say, but as a ninth-year vet, what's the importance of making a first impression this year with 4 quarterbacks to play with?
I mean, I think you'd have to ask him. I don't know. I think, I think just making the most of each rep you get. I didn't get a lot of reps in the spring. I think that was, intentional to really give Will and Drew plenty of work. Obviously, Will not getting any preseason last year. They wanted to really, give those guys plenty of work, plenty of reps. But I don't know. I tried to pick up the new offense, the new cadence, the new footwork, and I think it's been a good transition. But that's a question for him.
Mason, you've been through a lot of different scenarios with the Steelers. How would you describe this opportunity?
Different, but also not. I think, every year I remember the headlines back from my rookie year of Landry Jones and Josh Dobbs, and all the talk on who's going to be the backup, and so I think you learn quickly after my rookie year that there's always going to be this. This is the time of year where the depth chart is most talked about, and that's just normal. That comes with the territory, and all you can really do is make the most of each of your reps. I remember there was a time in 2020, probably 3, when I came back, and Mitch and Kenny were getting just about every rep. I think I took one pass in the spring of 23, and I was frustrated. I was down. I was like, golly, I know I'm better than just getting 1 rep. But I think I had to change my mentality that year and say, Lord, I'm just gonna take every rep that I get and make the most of it, and don't complain about not getting the reps. And that year it worked out for me, and I had, I extended my career and played some of my best ball, and I've tried to keep that mindset with me as hard as it can be sometimes, of just do the best with what you've been given. And I think that carries over in football, but as well in life, and that I think that bodes well for people when they stick it out. You look at people across the league. Sam Darnold, just won a Super Bowl and was a backup a couple years ago, and so that's the way I've tried to live.
Mason, with this new offense being installed, are there some similarities to what you've done in the past, or is it vastly different? And has there been a change in terminology? Have you had to pick up the way they explain things compared to the terminology you used in the past?
Yes. There's a lot of the similar concepts I had in Tennessee, which was kind of a West Coast system. Brian Callahan by way of Zach Taylor, by way of Sean McVay, and then Arthur Smith had some of the similar concepts we've installed this year. But the footwork definitely different. There's a little bit more leeway on like, hey, do whatever's comfortable last year, which sometimes you appreciate as a player. But McCarthy's been very like, this is what we're going to do in quick game, intermediate, drop back, play action, nakeds. And so I appreciated the structure because I my first 2 years I didn't have a quarterback coach and it was kind of a free for all a bit. And so I appreciate the structure.
Dan told us that Aaron's big into pranks. Can you tell us about one?
And that is Mason Rudolph. Conversation he had with the media before that preseason game, talking about the differences with Mike McCarthy as coach and what he does with the quarterbacks. And a lot of that is very apparent that he is an offensive guy. We're going to do our first college football preview next. We'll look at the Pitt Panthers right after this timeout.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or,
hi, come on in. How are you?
for personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org.
Or serving number 3,940.
Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott in Uniontown is a proud sponsor of Sportsline. When you work with Janie, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances in a way that makes sense for you. The team partners with you through each stage of life to help you set and reach your financial goals. To learn more about the Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group at Janie, be sure to check out their website at www.lhwag.com. Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott, LLC, member FINRA, NYSE, SIPC.
Chris Parker Jr., it's really been heating up. What's hot at Autoland?
We have sizzling financing deals with 0% financing for 60 months on 2026 Tucsons and Santa Fe. And how about this? No payments for 90 days. Or take advantage of $3,000 retail bonus cash on a new Santa Fe.
I'm listening.
Purchase your new 26 Tucson or Santa Fe now during the Hyundai Getaway Sale event. And don't make a payment till Halloween. Or choose the retail bonus cash and take the family on vacation in your new Santa Fe with third row seating. We also have $2,000 bonus cash on the fuel-efficient 2026 Elantra SE. Or you can lease it for $189 per month. Just see us for details.
Plus Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's Best Warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection with every new Hyundai purchased, and 5-year unlimited mileage roadside assistance. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown, or visit their website at autolandhyundai.com.
You'll always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare. In 1986, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville was started with a promise to provide clients with truthful, friendly, and courteous service. It worked. With an expanded client base, the Firestone Insurance Agency's customers are now able to choose from over 20 well-known insurance companies. So whether it be auto, home, business, or life, Firestone has you covered, and the promise to provide truthful, friendly, and courteous service is still in place. As an independent insurance agency, the Firestone Insurance Agency works for you. They do the shopping for you to save you time and a bunch of needless phone calls. Because let's face it, no one loves to shop for insurance. Call the office at 724-455-3900 or visit firestoneinsurance.net. Can't make it to Normalville? Let the Firestone Insurance Agency bring service right to your kitchen table. The Firestone Insurance Agency, 724-455-3900 or firestoneinsurance.net. Doing what is right for the customer, finding the most affordable rates while making sure there are no coverage gaps so you are fully protected from the unforeseen.
Are you using credit cards to keep up with high grocery, gasoline, and utility prices? Are you being sued? If yes, call Zebley Law Office today. Before paying unaffordable debts or entering debt management, give us a call at 724-439-9200 and we'll meet with you for free. Maybe a bankruptcy is a cheaper, faster choice to eliminate your debts, keep your home and car, and get a fresh start. Call us today for a free in-person consultation. 724-439-9200.
Hi, this is Bob Walk, and you're listening to the Sportsline with George Von Benko on your local station, WMBS Uniontown.
Welcome back to the Sportsline, the first of our college football. Welcome back to the Sportsline, the first of our college football previews. The season just around the corner, not that far away, and I'm sitting down with University of Pittsburgh head football coach Pat Narduzzi. That time of the year, fall practice underway. I imagine you're chomping at the bit to get into football.
No question, George. It's that time. You can smell it out here in the fields as you watch practice today. It's a beautiful day, and it's a beautiful time of the year.
How are things been going? You'll be getting a lot of good work in here in fall practice.
We have. I think we just got done with practice 8, 2 days in pads, the last 2 days, and I really love our team. I think we're competing. I think there's a lot of competition going on as far as position to position, and it looks like that on the field. I think our depth is good, and we got to stay healthy, of course. We want to play with our best out there, but I'm excited where we are right now after this.
Coaches have always told me competition is not a bad thing.
It's a great thing. If you don't have competition, you got problems. Because the guys that are starting kind of feel like there's nobody heating them up from behind, and we want those guys to feel heat. And I think there's guys feeling heat out there when they watch the backup make a play, and they're like, oof. I better go make a play too, or my butt will be on the bench and he'll be taking my reps.
Coming off a season where you went 8-5, at one point 7-2, and then injuries and some other things helped contribute to 3-4 down the stretch. The best thing is you have a quarterback. In college football, if you have a quarterback, that is a great first step.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And George, you mentioned that 3-4, and I got to comment on that. At the end of the year, you're playing Miami, played in the national championship in Notre Dame. It's not like,
right.
And then obviously bowl games nowadays. When you got guys not playing. If they play, they're not playing. So I almost don't count bowl games anymore. It's just kind of a joke, to be honest with you. But we had 2 really good teams at the end. And Mason, in his freshman year, did a heck of a job against those guys. I think, and it'll only get better with his maturity and going into year 2 for him. But Mason Heinschel is a really good football player. He's a leader, and we're excited about what he gives us in 2026.
In this day and age, with the transfer portal and everything else, the fact that he's back, you guys were able to. I know there were a lot of people. You're not supposed to do it, but there are a lot of people probably circling him.
Yeah. The tampering is not good out there. We don't tamper, but some people don't understand what the rules are. So we're fortunate to be able to keep him here at Pitt.
Yeah, looking at him, one of the biggest things for this team is improvement in the offensive line. That has to get better for you guys. And you have some guys coming back.
Yeah, I'm happy and excited with the guys coming back. And, and I think when you look at, that 6-2 record we had in the ACC last year, and the 2 losses being one to Miami, one to Louisville, 2 really good football teams, one early without Mason. And I look back and go, if Mason played that game, George, we're winning that game too, because we should have won that one, and we're in the ACC championship. So it looks a lot better than maybe the record looks at, but we're excited.
Some of the people at running back, I've heard an awful lot about the young man from Western Kentucky. What's your running back situation look like?
Yeah, well, obviously our starter is Jakarian Turner, a.k.a. Boosie. Boosie's a heck of a football player. He's put on about 20 pounds in the offseason. And right now, there's a major competition go back there. I feel like we got 5 tailbacks that, I want to see what they got. When I look down the line, Lavelle Wright is, the young man you mentioned from Western Kentucky. He started off at the University of Kentucky. First of all, just a great kid, fun to coach. He's a bigger back. He's a big physical,
so there's a little difference between the backs.
You get Boosie's, 190 pounds, and this guy's 215, 220, can run. He's physical, great pass protector. And again, going to be a great short yardage back for us that he can put it, he did a heck of a job in short yardage today. Just, he's a big back. Linebackers fill in the hole. When they're the same size as him, it's a different story. And then behind him, you got a guy named Sinquan Smith, who's had a heck of a camp so far. He's quicker. He's kind of like a Boosie, 2.0. We have another guy named Jalen Brown, who's going to be really, goes by J-Bo. He's going to be really good. And then we have this young freshman. Watch out, okay? Damon Ferguson, a kid from Maryland, true freshman, got here, wasn't here for spring ball, but he has turned heads out there on the field in the last.
What's his size, Coach?
Ooh, he's medium-sized. George.
Okay.
We got the little guys, we got the big guy.
You got somebody in the middle.
He's like 205 pounds, and I think he's going to be elite.
Well, that's good to hear. Looking at the targets for Mason Hicks and some other guys, Malik Knight came in from Western Carolina, some other guys. What do you feel about the wide receiver room?
I'm really excited about the receivers as well. I mean, they're making plays in camp. Now, they got to make plays on game day, but, they lack a game day experience. But I don't think that's going to be a problem because every day is a game out here at practice field. We try to make things, very game-like for us. So, you mentioned Blue. There's Malik Knight is going to be really good for us. A guy named Tony Kinsler, call him TK, is going to be really good for us as well. I mean, Cameron Sapp has had a good camp. Bryce Yates. We probably got 8 guys out there that, we're going to find out who they are. And eventually there's going to be the go-to guy and the go-to, next guy. And then don't forget your tight ends. I mean, the tight ends with Carson Kent and Elijah Lag. And then those tailbacks are obviously, targets out of the backfield as well.
The offense is in place. Cade Bell's been here a while. I think everybody's on the same page offensively.
Yeah, I mean, things are clicking fast out there. I mean, just, whether it's me with Cade and Cade with the staff and the players, I mean, it's just like it's smooth. Year 3 is always, they always say 3 is a charm. So we're looking for a charm.
Now, there are some changes on the defensive staff. How's that process coming along?
Yeah, we've got 2 new coaches on defense. Randy Bates retired.
Right, yeah.
Did an incredible job for us, and I'm hoping he's going to make it here to August camp, check out the Panthers. But we replaced him with Corey Sanders, and he's done an outstanding job. He's detailed like Randy Bates, and he's going to add some flavor to the defense. I'm excited to see what he can do, and I have no doubts that he's going to have a lot of success on defense because of the way he works at it and his relationship with the players. And then we added a young man that was my secondary coach, corners and safeties coach for 11 seasons at Michigan State and Cincinnati prior to that. So he's like a brother, sat next to me in the press box for 11 seasons. He's our new safeties coach, assistant head coach, and so we're excited about him. He knows our defense inside and out. And then we got a new linebacker coach. Ryan Manilak left to go be the D coordinator at University of Connecticut. So Joe Bone has stepped in, and I tell you what, our backers look as good as they've looked. Okay, now we lost Kyle Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
We lost Rasheem Biles, which is probably the only player we really didn't want to lose in the portal to Texas. But those linebackers are getting downhill. They're playing fast and they're playing physical, and it looks like the old days at linebacker.
From a structure standpoint, you're a defensive guy. Is there going to be much of a change from what Bates did, or is it going to be pretty much business as usual?
There's going to be changes for sure. I mean, he's got his ideas, and so I think if you had to say the base of it's going to be what we've done. My background, and and again, he's been on our defense for 8 years, I think. So he's been on our staff. He knows what we do. He knows how we do it. But Corey Sanders is going to add his own little flavor to make us even better, like we do every year.
As always, it starts up front, and you've got some interesting pieces up front with Jimmy Scott and Neal and some other guys, but it starts in the trenches, doesn't it?
It sure does. I mean, on both sides of the ball, but we're excited with Sean Fitzsimmons, Nick James inside. We've got 2 transfers in here, Jeremiah Warren and Elite. So I think, those guys inside are going to be good. I feel good with our defensive ends. I mean, Jaden Moore, transfer from Oregon, was hurt last year, got hurt maybe practice 8 last year in camp. But he is back, and he's looking good. He could be a double-digit sack guy.
A couple of names that jumped out at me when I was looking over the list. Lovelace, of course, is back. The kid from Auburn, Strader, the cornerback.
Rayon.
Rayon Strader. And then I've heard, at least the publications have all said, that you picked up a really good outside linebacker from Purdue.
Yeah, you must be spying us. Are you over there in those buildings there, George? You're getting some good info. But yeah, Rayon Strader, I consider him a starter right now in camp. I mean, he's making a lot of plays. He's made big improvements just with his knowledge of the defense from where he was in spring ball to where he is in fall camp now with all the summer stuff we did. And then you mentioned really there's 2 outside linebackers, George. Alex Sanford, the Purdue transfer, is really, really doing good. And we've got another transfer, DeMarco Ward, transfer from Memphis, who is Like, he's a good football player. Like, I can't wait to watch these guys play on game day. I can't wait to turn it loose.
So we've covered offense, we've covered defense, 3 phases of the game. How do you feel about your special teams?
Boy, George, can you punt?
I can't.
Oh, shoot. George can't punt, so we got to go. I'll start with the kickers. I really feel good with our kickers. I think we got 3 kickers that can play for us and win with. Obviously we're going to find out what they do on game day. We had one kicker that didn't really want to lose, but I think we got 3 kickers that are all 3 better than him. He took the money and ran. It wasn't very much money either, George, but that's the life we live in right now. But that didn't bother us, at all. He went to Michigan, so we're gonna have 3 guys that I think can go, and I'm excited about all 3 of those guys. Sam Hunsiger and Antonio Chada is another one. So those are the 2 older ones, and we got a freshman kicker that's going to be outstanding. Then our 2 punters, Gabe and Cayman, are in probably a real battle right now. I mean, I think both of them are hitting some nice balls. I'm looking forward to watching. We did, worked in some sky kicks today just to see how they're putting it inside the 10-yard line. I'm interested to see, but to me that may be decided after the first couple games. Right now, if it's a tie coming through camp, we're going to find out what they do on game day.
What about opportunities in a return game? Any guys that might help you there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Blue Hicks is a guy that's returned balls for us in the past. I mean, he's our punt returner right now, and we've probably got 4 or 5. Camp Sapp's an explosive guy as well. So we've got guys back there that can be pretty explosive.
Just based on our conversation.
You're fired up, huh?
Yeah, just based on our conversation, I can tell that you have a little disdain for what's going on in college football with the transfer portal like I do. Hopefully, some of these things are going to get straightened out. There's a couple of rules they're talking about that I would like to see implemented, but boy, sometimes it feels like the Wild Wild West to me, Coach.
It is the Wild Wild West, and again, I'm kind of transfer portal now that they got it to 1 window, so they have done something to improve it. 1 window, I'm great with it, and we have benefited from the transfer portal. So Pitt saying their prayers, and I think we've benefited from it really. I mean, the last 2 years, I'm kind of saying, man, we get a A- in the portal. We're doing a good job. You may lose 1 guy a year that you don't want to, but we're making sure we get better players.
Do you like some of the things they're talking about too, about only transferring once, or things like that?
I like it until there's another lawsuit, and so I can get 2 transfers.
We should point out that all of this is just conversation, because something's going to wind up in court.
You and me should have gone to law. We should have gone to law school.
We could be making some money.
Yeah.
But in any case, the other thing, what about the state of the game, college football? I love college football. It's one of my favorite sports. I was telling Mike earlier that when I was a young football fan, first thing off the press.
You're still young.
I'm going to be 74 on Saturday.
God bless you.
Yeah, first thing off the presses, Street and Smiths. Used to get the book, read up on everybody, go to the back, look at the schedule, and I used to circle games. Pitt, West Virginia, Pitt, Penn State, West Virginia, Penn State, Texas, Arkansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. Coach, a lot of these games we don't even play anymore.
Yeah, and I think it's going to get a little bit worse because now every conference is pretty much, I don't know this. I think at least 3 of the 4 conferences are going to 9 conference games. So now there's only 3 non-conference games.
Does that bother you? Some of the games going by the wayside?
Yeah, it bothers me a lot. I mean, I want to have a West Virginia, Penn State game every year if we can, and if you can get both of them on the schedule, let's go. And again, the only thing we'll ever agree to is a home and home with either one of those. We're not going to go, 2 for 1. Or
you created a little stir. You mentioned that you had mentioned it to Matt Campbell.
Yeah, I might get in trouble. No one's told me I can't say anything about it, but I heard there's conversations on. I just hear rumors.
Yeah.
I don't know what you believe.
Let's look at the season. You didn't get a lot of love from the media and the ACC media day. They picked you.
What do they know?
But you have overcome that in the past. Your thoughts about the conference?
Yeah, we're tied for 2nd last year. I'm not sure where they picked us last year. I don't listen to them anyway. But I think we got a great conference. I mean, Miami obviously, playing in the national championship. Clemson's going to be good every year. Virginia Tech's got James Franklin. I think we got great coaches. I think we got great skill. I think the quarterbacks in this league are as good as any conference in the country, and I'm excited.
So you open up against Miami September the 5th. You jump into the ACC 3rd game of the season on a Thursday night against Syracuse. I can tell you're raring to go.
We're ready to go. Again, that opener is against Miami of Ohio because we got that other Miami later on in the season.
Right.
So we got 2 Miamis this year.
Right. No Notre Dame, though.
No Notre Dame.
Yeah.
No Penn State. No West Virginia.
But It's football. Let's play.
We got 12 games, I guarantee you that.
All right. Coach, as always, a pleasure to chat with you. Best of luck to you and the Panthers.
Thanks, George. Hail the Pit.
University of Pittsburgh head football coach Pat Narduzzi, the first of our college football previews as we took a look at the Pitt Panthers. They open up September the 5th at home at Acrisure Stadium against Miami of Ohio. Actually, a big day for Pitt today. They're at Acrisure Stadium today, and they're having a big scrimmage. So a lot of position battles may be determined by what happens today at the big scrimmage the Panthers are having at Acrisure Stadium. We continue our college football previews next week, and we will focus on the West Virginia Mountaineers. I'll be chatting with West Virginia head coach Rich Rodriguez. That's coming up next week as we continue our college football previews. We'll wrap things up here on the Sportsline right after this.
When you're looking for high-quality medical care at an affordable price, look no further than Centerville Clinics. Dr. Robert Hogan, a board-certified internal medicine physician, has joined the staff at Uniontown Family Doctors, part of the Centerville Clinics network, and is now accepting new patients. To schedule your appointment, call 724-632-6801. Centerville Clinics participates with most insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and provides quality health care regardless of your ability to pay. Centerville Clinics, caring for our community, one patient at a time.
The 5th annual Centerville American Legion Car, Tractor, and Bike Show is set for Sunday, August 16th at the Legion on Old National Pike in Fredericktown. Registration begins at 10 and the car show runs from 12 to 4. Hi, I'm Josh Krysak. My wife Carly and I will be broadcasting live from 1 to 3 p.m. Stop by and say hello, and be sure and spin the fabulous WMBS prize wheel for your chance to win Pirates tickets, zoo tickets, PA Lottery scratch-offs, WMBS swag, and so much more. The event features music by the Sunglass Band, a 50-50 drawing, hot dogs and hamburgers, car awards, more than 70 Chinese auction baskets, and plenty more. For more information, call Sherry Lacey at 724-984-1459. We will see you there on Sunday, August 16th at the Centerville American Legion Car, Tractor, and Bike Show.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Yeah, they're the people I trust. It's the place I go. Home, warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Warm weather means more outdoor living. Are you planning on adding a new deck this summer? Well, Home Warehouse, a Best in Fayette winner for home improvements and windows, is the place to go for all your home exterior needs. Home Warehouse has a great selection of easy-to-maintain composite decking and vinyl railing to add value to your home and increase outdoor living space. That as well as siding, shutters, windows, doors, roofing shingles, metal and rubber roofing, soffit, fascia, and flooring too. So for selection, great prices, and hometown service, shop local. See Sandy and Donnie at Home Warehouse on Connellsville Street in Uniontown. Shop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon.
They're the people I trust. It's the place I go. Home, warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Is it time for your first home? Or time to trade up to a home that fits your lifestyle? It's time to visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with trade-in and trade-up deals. Imagine beautiful, new, energy-efficient homes packed with the features you've been dreaming about. Trade in and trade up at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51. Trade-in value toward purchase of a new home determined by resale value and evaluation by home center manager. Additional deposit may be required.
Looking for your new favorite spot in Uniontown? Stop by Casey Sports Cafe on South Mount Vernon Avenue. Family owned and operated by the Vernons, Casey serves up incredible homemade soups, hearty sandwiches, and delicious entrees. Opens every day at 7, closes Monday through Friday at 3, and Sunday at 2. Place your order or book your next event now at 724-550-4126. Casey Sports Cafe, 724-550-4126.
This is Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Famer Coach Dick LeBeau. You're listening to the Sportsline with George Von Benko on WMBS.
Always great to hear one of my favorites, Hall of Famer Dick LeBeau. And speaking of Coach LeBeau, we're still selling copies of Legendary, the book that I wrote with Scott Brown about Dick LeBeau and the 2008 Steelers defense. And along those lines, a reminder, I will be selling and signing copies of Legendary as well as some of my other books Friday and Saturday, August 21st and 22nd at the Uniontown Mall at the big sports card show up there. I'll be there Friday from 10 to 6 p.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then Saturday after my talk show from about 12:30 to 4 p.m. So stop by and say hello. There'll be a great collection of different vendors for sports cards, and plus you can pick up a copy of one of my books. I'll be glad to sign them for you and to have a great conversation. We'll always look forward to chatting with the fans about football, baseball, basketball, whatever. So stop and see me at the Uniontown Mall Friday or Saturday for the great sports card show that's coming. That puts a capper on this edition of the Sportsline. Hope you enjoyed the interviews and particularly the first college football preview with Pat Narduzzi focusing on the Pitt Panthers. Next week, West Virginia interview coming up with Rich Rodriguez on the show next week. Do not touch that dial. My good buddy Arnie Amber is waiting in the wings with Oldies Unlimited, some great music throughout the afternoon, so leave the dial right where it is. The Sportsline has been brought to you this morning by my good buddy Tom Vernon and Casey Sports Cafe, located right here on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville, and by Bogies at Duck Hollow, now under new management, serving lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday from 12 to 9, Sunday from 12 to 5. Come on out, enjoy fine dining and a round of golf. Phone 724-439-2150, located at 374 Duck Hollow Road in Uniontown. George Von Benko bidding you and yours a very pleasant good afternoon. The news is coming your way next from the Fox Radio Network, right here on your local station, 590 AM and 101.1 FM, WMBS, Uniontown, Pennsylvania.